Alright guys, so the OGs are back. So back in the days when Cookie Run Kingdom has first started out, pretty much everyone used someone like, Espresso, Vampire-Dark Choco, Licorice, Pomegranate, and things like that. And now 3 of those cookies are back into the meta, and that is going to include Espresso, Vampire, as well as Pomegranate. And of course, we do have the newest 2 tanks that has been released into the game, Financier as well as our Wildberry. However guys, the most important thing for this team are going to be 2 cookies, and that is going to include our Espresso as well as Vampire. But keep in mind guys, once again, that this is going to be because of the fact that they have the ability to now actually obtain magic candies to upgrade their skills, as well as later in this video leveling up their candies to plus 20 in order to see how much damage increase is going to be available to us once that is possible. Alright, so first of all, I do want to share this team with you guys. I will let you guys know some of the replacements down in the comments below, as well as in the description if you guys are interested, and I also will mention it throughout the video. But here we go. This is the team that has allowed me to climb all the way from 3,300 trophies from the day of the update. I am currently sitting at 5,600 trophies. So here you go guys, toppings for each of these cookies. Wildberry is going to have 5 of the solid almond. Nothing has really changed for Wildberry, right? Except for the fact that if you have the opportunity to put in crit resist, then I highly recommend you guys do that so that Wildberry does have a chance to survive longer. Next one is going to be Financier. Financier is awesome to combine with Vampire, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why later on. But pretty much focusing on damage resist. Some people do go with extra cooldown as well as crit resist, but for right now, for me, just I have other cookies to focus on as well, so I have put about 44.6% without the set bonus. Next one is going to be our Pomegranate. This one is a little bit of a tough one. 5 solid almond. You do want to have 5 solid almond for Pomegranate because of the fact that you want her to survive. Right now inside of the arena, Vampire is going around like crazy, so she kind of becomes like the easiest target for Vampire just because she is going to be in the back lane. So you do want her to survive the initial hit, so that's why I'm using 5 solid almond. I did use 5 swift chocolate before. It did work out, but it was a lot better once I switched it to solid almond. Next one is going to be our Espresso. 2 different toppings as well. I actually used 5 of the searing raspberry as well. However, once I did switch to 5 solid almond, using his skill in order to cause that injury as well as stun, so he's kind of like the semi damage slash utility. So that's the point of this build. 5 solid almond for Espresso. Even if you do that, he tends to die off pretty quickly as well because Vampire tends to move forward. So once Pomegranate dies, Espresso becomes a target to Vampire cookies. So that's the reason why I have 5 solid almond. Damage resist is relatively high, as well as cooldown is going to be an extra bonus for you guys. Next one is going to be our Vampire cookie. Vampire cookie is using 5 of the searing raspberry. Of course, this is not the absolute best build or anything like that. This is what works for me right now. Cooldown is pretty darn high, but before I got into the Grandmasters, I was using Vampire Cookie with 0% cooldown, so it does work guys. But the thing is, you do need the magic candy, and then of course you want to have the damage resist as well as extra attack and crit if you guys have the luxury to do so. And then next one is going to be our treasures. We're going to be using the scroll, monocle, as well as the jelly watch. The reason why monocle is really popular right now is just because of the massive amount of healing, as well as the ability to get rid of the not only Vampire's bleeding debuff now, but also the stuns as well as the weakness debuffs and things like that. So right now monocle is going to be very popular. I did use feather before as well, and also if you guys do not have Pomegranate leveled up, you guys can also use cotton as well as Parfait, or even pure vanilla if you guys have any of them leveled up instead of Pomegranate. Alright, so now let's move on to the actual arena. Alright guys, pretty much everybody in the Grandmaster are using like very similar teams. It's mainly going to be Wildberry, Financier, Vampire, Espresso, Pomegranate, or even Cotton, Oyster, Dark Cacao, but it's going to be variations of those. So here we go. Alright, here we go. Top 400 right there. They actually have a pure vanilla and a dark cacao. So actually this one is a very new one. I have not seen this one actually before, so I'm kind of curious on how this is going to work out. So they do have a pure vanilla. I think the pure vanilla was using full swift chocolate, so he kind of did die off quickly. But you guys can see that, Vampire is targeting our Pomegranate, and at least she was able to survive the first initial hit to have a second round at her attack boost as well as the heal. and then allowing our Vampire as well as Espresso to do more damage. And of course, the reason why Espresso is also using 5 solid almond and it works out well is because Financier now will target Vampire Cookie and shield him instead of Espresso. Alright, so that's the reason why Vampire not only receives extra heal, but also the shield and the extra damage and all the damage resists. Alright, so here you go, guys. Damage is going to be pretty much Espresso is going to be doing the massive amount of damage because he is doing AoE damage, but Vampire really just got rid of Pure Vanilla relatively quickly. Also targeted the other Vampire as well as started chipping away at the enemies. So, alright, another one here. I think this one might be very similar, but let's see how well we do against this one. Alright, so instead of Pure Vanilla, they actually have an herb this time and a Dark Cacao. So we'll just have to see what kind of topping they're using for herb. I believe that's going to be Swift Chocolate. So that herb is like slowly dying. You see that? Herb is actually pretty darn good too right now because of the fact that he does provide that Purify. So in case, you know, he does not survive or anything like that, you can have the monocle to, you know, take the place of the Purify. But you can see why herb is pretty darn good right now inside of the arena as well as a defense, right? But this one is going to be pretty close. I think I'm going to probably lose this one. My Vampire did die earlier, so yeah, we're probably going to lose this one. Maybe we can... Oh, actually, Wildberry Mega Punch. There we go. And also the monocle kind of came in clutched and healed our Wildberry, and bam, there we go. Punching it to victory right there. Alright, so I've seen a lot of clutches happen, and I've actually experienced a lot of draws recently as well because of the fact that Financier and Wildberry, they're just really tanky and have good sustain, so they don't kill each other and they just heal it off. But here you go, guys. This time around, our Vampire actually did the most damage here, you know, even though he did die earlier on. So here you go, guys, and then healing, you know, Financier doing a pretty good heal, as well as Pomegranate, of course, healing a lot. Alright, guys, so I've shown you guys 2 battles so far with this team. I am going to actually now go and upgrade their skills to +20 and see how much of a difference it's going to make. I mean, look at the damage increase by Espresso, especially against someone like, you know, I would say Caramel Arrow. If they have a Caramel Arrow, he's actually going to do like almost 700% of the damage. So I'm actually going to go upgrade this now to +20. And hopefully I don't need to spend too much coins here. And there we go, +20. The shape has also changed now. Alright, actually I'm going to just upgrade this one more time. There we go, +21. And we're going to go with the Vampire now too. I want to see, let's see, I believe he revives with 15% more, so 25% extra HP. And also, of course, we are going to have some extra damage as well. And I actually did get a super success right there. And then got some extra, like, I think crystals as well. So, awesome there. Alright, so now we have them at +20, 400,000, as well as 358,000. Man, that's actually pretty darn crazy. But here we go, guys. Let's go back to the arena and see how much difference that actually made. Alright, guys, this time around is Dark Cacao. I believe it's going to be an Espresso here and a Vampire-Parfait. But we'll just have to see. You know, there's a lot of variations. But usually the team is going to be between those cookies. So here we go, guys. Let's see how well we do. I just can't believe that just because of the 2 Magic Candies that they have pushed out so many different cookies. And of course there's different builds, guys, and you don't need to have Espresso as well as, you know, Vampire both to work inside of the arena. Something like this works out as well, you know, having Frost Queen as well as Vampire. This is another team that has been going on pretty well. And also it is actually a team that uses a Vampire that doesn't even have to have a +10 Magic Candy. Alright, so if you guys want to check that team out as well, I will be reviewing it later on. But just wanted to show you this team because this really has carried me from, you know, that top 2,000, 3,000 to now top 500 or close to top 500. So, you know, it just makes a huge difference. And here we go. Their Vampire came back alive, but we're going to come back alive. Now, this time around, they do have the insignia, but shouldn't be too much of a problem here. And we should be able to kill him off. There you go. Wildberry punching it. But Vampire himself just does so much like basic damage as well. Especially does AoE damage now. Or targets 3 different cookies. So man, look at it. 4 million damage by their Vampire. That's actually an insane amount of damage right there. My Vampire actually only did 2 million. Or close to 2 million. But, you know, our team had just a bit more sustain and area damage and the stun from Espresso. Alright, so they have a Caramel Arrow. I do want to see how strong our Espresso is going to be against their Caramel Arrow because, you know, Caramel Arrow is going to be immune to stun. So doing that extra 700%, let's see how much damage that is going to actually do against this Caramel Arrow. Let's go. They do have a 5-star Ascension. Alright, here we go. Espresso, can you make it shine for me? They don't have any healers except for Financier's heal, but you know, we'll just have to see. Actually, this time around, Caramel Arrow actually went back later, and good thing right there, our Monaco actually popped. Man, I'm not even gonna be able to see the actual action because Caramel Arrow is going back so late, and our Espresso. Oh, actually, Vampire just killed off their Caramel Arrow right there. Okay, so there we go. So another counter right now to the Vampire comp is Caramel Arrow, and the reason why is because, you know, Caramel Arrow, when she does go back, she's immune to any debuffs. So even though she does take damage, she's not gonna have the bleeding debuff on her. So that's the reason why a lot of people are using Caramel Arrow right now too. And still, I mean, the damage, straight up damage from Vampire is insane. So alright, so they have a Caramel Arrow as a frontline single right here. I think this one we should be able to use Espresso to deal that extra 700% damage because Caramel Arrow should be the first one to cast her spell. So let's go and see if we can beat this team here. Alright, here we go. They do have Sorbet, Espresso, Caramel Arrow. So Caramel Arrow is right over there and dealing damage right there. Don't know if we did too much damage. I mean, I don't even see that much damage being dealt to Caramel Arrow right there. But here we go, another one. No, I mean, she's just healing it all back up, to be honest with you. But here we go. Man, that Espresso AoE damage is just too powerful. Monocle, come on. There we go. Herb is gone. Financier needs to use shield. Nice. Can our Vampire kill off? Okay, I think we should be okay here because Vampire is going to come back. There you go. That revive is such a clutch, guys. Like, literally such a clutch. Okay, man, there we go. Espresso didn't do too much damage. I don't really think that it's like doing a ton of a difference here. But definitely, I mean, just the increase in damage overall slowly with each upgrade is making a difference here. Here we go again. Let's another battle here. Let's see how well we do. Here we go. They do have a Frost Queen as well as Parfait this time. So, you know, another team, like I said, is going to be using Frost Queen as well as Vampire and also Parfait or Pomegranate using the Monocle with this team. So I've actually initially used this team in the beginning as well before I created this team because, you know, at the time I didn't have Espresso's Magic Candy leveled up. So now this time around, I mean, this comp is pretty darn good. We might actually lose to this comp. So Frost Queen does make a bit of a difference here, guys. Financier took the damage right there from the Vampire. Can our Financier survive? Actually died right there, and we're probably going to die. Oh, this one's gonna be close, guys. Oh, I think we lost. Yikes. So you guys can see, right? Just because you have all the magic candy doesn't mean that you're gonna always win. Of course, they did have a 3-star ascension on Vampire, and also the candy is gonna be plus 10. But still, I mean, like, just the synergy that they had right there, and Frost Queen being able to survive and cast her spell multiple times to freeze our cookies, we still lost, right? But there you go, guys. Just want to share this team with you guys because I want you guys to use it as well, and hope that this team can help you guys climb, especially if you guys are a life spender and you guys have spent some money to craft the magic candies for Espresso, Vampire, or you guys have started using your mileage points for the speed ups in order to get some of these, you know, ingredients for your cookies to get the magic candy. Then I want you guys to definitely try this team out and try to use it. Of course, once again, you guys can switch out the monocle for feather. You guys can even use the scythe if anything. And also, if you guys don't have pomegranate leveled up, then you guys can also try it out with you know, parfait as well as cotton or even pure vanilla. And also, once again, if you guys do not have financier, then you guys can use dark cacao like you guys saw in that previous battle. But there you go, guys. I hope you guys found the video helpful. Hope you guys are enjoying the update. You know, if you guys haven't watched my review of espresso cookie as well as vampire cookie, then make sure to go watch those videos. I will put it right over here. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys over at the other video.